Oh, hello internet! You're probably wondering where I've been for the past few months. I know I've made several promises that I was going to be more proactive with this channel, put a lot more KHF stuff out there, review a lot more anime, and at the time I did mean those promises, but as is often the way the older you get, real life had other plans for me. Now, I've mentioned before how I don't like talking about my real life in my videos because I like to keep my two lives separate, but when one of them starts to heavily affect the other, I do have to talk about it. I've mentioned in at least one of my Dragon Ball retrospective videos, which has probably been taken down now, thanks for that YouTube, that I don't actually make money from my videos. I've tried to monetize my videos in the past, but because they don't get nearly the views they used to, I can't monetize them. So as such, my main source of income comes from my real life job. And for the most part that's fine, because I also said that I prefer doing my videos as a hobby, because if they became work, they would be less fun. And while that is true, it does also mean my real life job does take a lot of priority in my life and is taking up a lot of hours in my life. Now, that's not really an excuse, because I could plan my time out better on my days off. Oftentimes I'm just so exhausted from work that I can't motivate myself to work on a video, but again, if I manage my time better, I probably could get a lot more done. And that would be fine if that was the only contributing factor. I don't think I've mentioned this in the past, or at least I haven't brought it up all that often, but I have had problems with depression for the largest part of my life. And this year, depression really did hit me hard. There was no real one cause for it, but everything just got so much for me that I couldn't even get off this couch. I was at a point where I didn't want to get off this couch. I wasn't seeing the point in anything. I couldn't motivate myself to do anything. I would normally just sit on my couch and either watch TV or play video games because I was that badly in a slump. And also, I lost my grandmother a couple of months back as well, which definitely didn't help with matters of depression, and I had to arrange going to Ireland for the funeral and things like that, so that took up a large part of my time, and obviously, as I said, piled on to the depression, and things just kept getting progressively worse. Now, there's no need to panic. I'm not in a dark place at the moment. I'm definitely not in a dark place. I've been to see my doctor, and we have upped my dosage of my antidepressants, which has definitely helped a lot, and I'm also currently working on getting counselling to deal with my depression. But that is still currently a work in progress, but in the meantime, the upped dosage has definitely made a difference. Problem is though, as I said, because of the depression, I couldn't motivate myself to do anything, and being exhausted on top of all that from working a lot of hours at the moment, yeah, it all kind of came together as one big thing to prevent me from putting content out there. Now, thankfully, I'm in a much better place now than I have been emotionally. The problem is now that work is about to get very busy and very exhausting because we're about to enter the Christmas period. And on top of that, I've got so many other things going on, such as weddings, graduations, birthdays, and just other things with social groups that I'd like to be a part of. Again, it's not that I don't want to put content out there, it's just very hard to find the time and the motivation at the moment to get content out there. And I actually had a lot planned for this channel this year. I was teasing on Twitter that I had a new video series in the works. In fact, 2 new video series I had in the works. But unfortunately, they haven't been able to come to fruition, and that is a real shame. And it's not looking likely that I can make them come to fruition during the remainder of this year. That's not to say they're never coming out, or I'm never doing videos again. This isn't a video of retirement by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just giving people a better idea of what I'm actually facing at the moment and why content is so difficult to put out there. Now, in the coming months, I'm certainly going to try and get something out there for this channel. I definitely have a lot of things I want to do, but whether or not I'll actually be able to do them, well, again, that's up in the air. But don't worry, this channel isn't going anywhere, my videos aren't going anywhere, but I do have to be realistic here, and I think that content is going to be a lot more sporadic on this channel. I'm not going to be able to do things nearly as often as I used to, and I don't even think... I wanted to get a schedule going for videos, but as things stand right now, I don't think I can do that. I will make content where I can, but I can no means keep it up regularly. I know a lot of you are eagerly awaiting the next episode of the Dragon Ball retrospective, you know, me starting the Saiyan saga, starting the Z era, you know, it's the one everyone's most familiar with, I know everybody's looking forward to it, and therein lies the problem, because the pressure is kind of getting to me at the moment. Now, to be fair, this is not the fans' fault at all. This is nothing to do with the fans. The fans have been amazing about this. They've put no pressure on me at all. They've actually been really cool with me not getting episodes out that regularly for the most part. So this is nothing to do with the fans at all. The pressure is something that I'm putting on myself at the moment, because I know there was a lot of excitement for this next episode, because again, it's the Saiyan saga. It's what kicked off the Z era, the most popular era of the show, and as such I put a lot of pressure on myself because I feel like there's a very high expectation of that, and that probably was one of the contributing factors to getting me to the point where I was lying on this couch and not wanting to get up. So when you add the fact that I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself with this, on top of the fact that YouTube has taken down every episode of the Dragon Ball retrospective, and, well, you know, if the original series got taken down, what chance does the Z era have? As such, I'm at a point where I kind of have to say, I'm going to have to put the Dragon Ball retrospective on a hiatus. I'm not cancelling it. I am going to finish it. I will finish what I started, but as such, at the moment, it's getting to the point that I really am finding it a challenge just to, you know, analyse even the filler episodes of Z. I mean, I know I can skip over them, but sometimes they have contributing character growth factors, and it's getting to the point where I just can't bring myself to make that kind of analysis. So, for the time being, I'm going to have to put it on an indefinite hiatus. I don't know how long it will go on for. It won't be forever. I will come back to this series, and I will find a way to get the series out there and up in a way that makes everybody happy, you know, so I can keep the videos up. But I think for my own mental health at the moment, I need to put that series on hiatus, and I'm very sorry if that does disappoint some people, but as I say, it will be back, and in the meantime there have been plenty of other people who have done retrospectives on the Dragon Ball series, or done interesting looks at the characters. Musco X comes to mind, and, you know, if you want a abridgment of the plot summary, there is always Dragon Ball Z abridged. So, very sorry about that, guys, but hopefully you can understand my reasons for having to put that on the shelf for now. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I want to say. I wish I could say I've got new content coming out soon, but as things stand at the moment, I really don't know when is going to be the next time that I'm able to get a video up. Hopefully soon. I will try and do an announcement about my next costume to the next MCM, which, if you're going, look out for me there. Although if you follow me on Twitter or on Instagram, you'll already know what it is, and that is something I highly recommend people do. I know some people have reserves about Twitter and social media in general and whatnot, but I am very actively on Twitter, and, well, not as actively, still active on Instagram as well, both of my accounts being at KHFMcAwesome. I am very active on those sites. So it's really good to follow me on there if you want to know what's going on with me at the moment and where I'm at in terms of making content, because if I am making progress with making content, I will tweet about it. But yeah, hopefully we'll do a video talking about that costume soon. But as far as other content goes, I wish I could give you guys a ballpark as to where I'm shooting to get content out, but at the moment I really can't. The next video will just have to come out when it comes out. Again, I do have plans for videos. You know, I was going to do a series where I looked at anime that were really popular back in the day but I missed out on, and seeing what my thoughts are with no nostalgia and whatnot. As was hinted at in the Digimon video, I was looking to gain redemption with series I've been very unfairly harsh on in the past when I was a far more immature person. And I've even considered taking up game reviews, because to be perfectly honest, I'm probably more of a video games nerd than I am an anime nerd. I've even considered taking up video game reviewing. So, you know, it's not like I don't have plans for future content. When that content will come out, I don't know. I really don't know. And I think I've driven that point into the ground now, and I'm doing the Aspie thing of over-explaining my points now, so... And that's another thing, I don't know when the next eye content is going to be out, but hopefully soon. But yeah, so... Again, I hope you guys can understand all that's been going on with me at the moment and why it's been so hard to put content out there, and hopefully new content will show up soon. Hopefully. Keyword being hopefully, saying that a lot. So, I think I've drilled the point in far enough. I think I've repeated it several times. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say on this matter. So, thank you guys for all your continued support. And hopefully, I'll be able to get something out before the year ends. Well, we'll see. But, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video, and I shall see you soon.